y'all, I'm Mallory Paulina from Stay at Home Mallory. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be a main living area clean with me. I didn't realize that I hadn't even thought of a title for this until I started filming my intro just now, but I think that's what I'll stick with. It's kind of later in the day right now. It's about 3 o'clock. The kids and I spent pretty much all morning just out shopping, just getting out of the house. And we had a lot of fun, but I had meant to clean the house before we left. That way we could just go out and enjoy our day. But I decided that I wanted to go out first, and now I have to come home, and now I just want to sit on the couch, but now I have to clean. But yeah, the house really needs to be cleaned. The floors have like stuff spilled all over them. I think the kids have had like juice or something the last few days. So we've got like juice in several places on our floors, and we've got Band-Aids all over our living room because my husband brought in his first aid kit because Elijah was stung by a bee because he thought it was a fly and he caught it with his bare hands and it stung his hand. So Zach brought in his first aid kit from his work vehicle, and the kids love playing doctor and everything right now, so they went crazy with this first aid kit, and there are Band-Aids everywhere. There's like gauze and stuff all over the place. It looks like a hospital blew up in our living room. But anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start cleaning now because I don't think I have anything else to say, so we're just gonna go ahead and get into it now. So we are going to be starting in the living room today. As you can tell, that's what I've been doing in pretty much all my videos lately anyways. The kids didn't really nap today. Brooklyn doesn't ever really anyways, but Elijah didn't really nap, so I've got them set up with a movie. They're watching Up for the first time, so they like don't move a muscle this entire video. But yeah, then I'm gonna start picking up all of those Band-Aids. They were like stuck all over the couch, and I have still been finding these Band-Aids all over the place. Even though I just cleaned up in this video, I've still been finding Band-Aids, and I'm recording this I think a day or two after I filmed the video itself. So yeah, there are just Band-Aids all over the place, but I'm going to get those picked up as best as I can. And you can't really tell in this video, but the day before I filmed this, the living room was a horrible mess. You could barely even see the floor. There were crumbs all over the floor too. So my husband actually helped me clean up. Like, we lifted up the couch and everything. We like deep cleaned the living room and vacuumed and cleaned the floors and everything, but then within 24 hours of that, it already looks like this again. So yeah, we're just gonna get it re-cleaned back up today. I know I've mentioned this at least a couple times in my videos, but our TV stand is always a mess. That's where we keep like the diapers, and we keep most of our electronic type stuff because I edit my videos out in the living room while the kids are playing. So it really needs a good organizing, and I want to move the Xboxes back into the TV stand because it drives me crazy with them sitting on top. But I don't know if I want to put that much effort into organizing it because the kids always take these baskets and cords out, which is part of why they're always such a huge mess. So it drives me crazy, but I figure if I really put effort into organizing it, it would drive me even more crazy when the kids mess up what I just organized. So for now, for this stage of life, our TV stand is just going to be messy, and I'd love to get like something cute to put in the center part, like when it's open so you can see it, like something decorative. I know I've mentioned that before, but every time I'm cleaning this TV stand, it just drives me insane. But like I said, it's just not worth it at this point. Alright, now that we've got everything tidied up in here, I'm finally going to wipe down this coffee table for the first time in probably like a couple weeks at this point. I used to try and do it daily, but I've been slacking so badly. I go through these highs and lows when I'm like doing great, keeping up with cleaning. Like every single day I do a little bit, so the house is always pretty clean. And then I go through these slumps where I'm just barely making it, and every day it looks like a tornado came through and I pick up a little bit, so it's at least not disastrous, but it's always a mess, and that's kind of how I've been lately, as you can clearly see. So the table hadn't been wiped down in a week or two at this point, and it was so sticky. There were like little fingerprints all over it and some dried up like oatmeal and stuff. So I'm gonna get all that cleaned off now, and then I'm gonna wipe down the TV stand super quickly. It wasn't really messy at all, but then we're going to work on getting these floors cleaned. Alright, and you can't really tell when I'm using this on the rug, but you can tell kind of on the hardwood, depending on like the angle that my camera's at, that I'm not using very much of the water today. I forgot to pick up some of the cleaning solution, so all I had was like a little bitty bit. It didn't even fill the clean water tank all the way, so I just had a little bit of the cleaning solution. So I was trying to be really conservative with how much of the water I used in each room, because I knew that the kitchen was way worse than the living room. I think I showed y'all a sneak peek of that in the beginning of the video. So I was just trying to be really conservative with how much I used in here. So that's why if it looks like it's not really working, it's because I'm not using like any of the actual cleaning solution. I'm just basically trying to get the crumbs and stuff off the floor, and then if I see a spot of like juice or something on the floor, then I'll use a little bit of the water. And now we're going to jump on over into the kitchen. As always, a huge mess right here in the kitchen. That's nothing new. I don't know why it does this. I mean, I know why, but I don't know why it's so bad every time. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and toss that. It was a lot of trash, and this giant box of books here was from my parents' house. I think I've mentioned that they were moving houses, so they had gone through a lot of like their kids' books. So my kids got to go through and pick out what all books they wanted. So they took like most of the books my parents were getting rid of course, because they love reading. So we had that giant box of books, and I really need to go through and like put those away, but for now I'm just shoving stuff in the playroom. There was a bunch of laundry that I just tossed in front of the laundry room. I'm not cleaning the playroom and not doing the laundry today. And then I picked up the trash, so I think there was a little bit of that. And then the table, of course, was covered in stuff. We hadn't eaten at the table in a while. We've just been eating on the couch, like ordering pizza or eating at the coffee table. So we're gonna get this table cleared off. That way we can start eating consistently in the kitchen again, because we've just been getting crumbs all over the living room and messes all over the living room. So I want to start eating in the kitchen again. That way we can cut down on the messes in the living room a little bit. And once we got it cleared off, it was covered in crumbs and sticky, whatever it may be. So we're gonna get the table cleaned off really well. And I wiped down the chairs too, but my camera battery apparently died while I was filming that. But luckily I noticed shortly after it died. I think I only did like the rest of the chairs before I noticed that it had died. So thankfully we didn't miss too much footage there. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get the table and like one of the chairs cleaned off on camera. Alright, so like I mentioned a minute ago, when my camera died, the only thing I did was finish wiping on the chairs, and when I went to move the camera over to the kitchen, I noticed that it had died. So like I said, thankfully I didn't miss too much footage, just wiping down a few chairs, nothing super interesting anyways. So now I'm gonna kind of hurry through picking up in here. I was losing momentum like majorly at this point because like I said, we were out like all morning long. We were out shopping for probably about 5 hours, which is a lot for us. We rarely ever even leave the house unless it's to go to my parents' house or to go to church. So we were wiped out this day. So I'm just going to kind of clean up in here, and over on the right we had lots of groceries that needed to be put away, and we had lots of dishes that needed to be done, but I'm just going to leave them. I just wanted to get most of the things off the counter so I can wipe down the counters, and then I think we're going to finish up with the floors in here, and that's going to be it for today. And of course our stove looks awful right now. There were a lot of crumbs, and then on the top right burner I had some rice that like boiled over, and I don't know how it makes such a huge mess when it's just water. But yeah, that's what all that is. So I'm gonna wipe that down, and the little pink thing you see me using is actually from, we bought this like stick on window tint thing to use for our kitchen window because I didn't want to cover the window over the sink because that'd look funny, but the sun beams down in there in the evenings so brightly, like when I'm trying to cook dinner, and it's blinding and it's extremely hot. So we got a film basically that tints the windows, and the little pink thing was to like flatten that out and get air bubbles out, but now I'm using it to like scrape off dried on food and stuff off the countertops because it's a little bit like more gentle than using the razor blade I had been. So yeah, at this point I am cleaning the floors in here, and it took me an extremely long time to do this because like I said, I was being super conservative with the water, so it took me a really long time. So I'm going to speed this up quite a good little bit here, and then I think that's going to be it for today. Alright, and that's going to be all for today's video. I also wanted to mention a very quick thank you because we hit 400 subscribers, like I think sometime this week. It was pretty recent. So I wanted to say thanks for that. It always means so much to me whenever I hit like a new milestone like that, especially when it's like another 100 subscribers, because that just blows my mind, because I started this channel just as a hobby, as something fun to do while I stayed at home with my kids all day. So yeah, thanks so much. It really does mean a lot to me. But anyways, I hope you got lots of cleaning motivation from this video, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already and you would like to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!